Hmm. Oh my. What a. You wake up and you're just already tired because, so many things. Well, I don't know. It's just too many noises in the night anyway, it's just so easy to just not have a good sleep and get off track. Anyway, um, I still got this virus problem, of course. Still trying to sort that out. Again, it will, I guess, take over a week, and of course, all the other things in regards to applications that has been. But I'm still, the computer is still at it. I think there's less than 1/4 left in regards of fixing the drive. I probably shouldn't have done that in regards of making things smaller. I can pretty much, delete a good of the, I don't need to, what do you call it, save everything. So it's, but yeah, most of the files are now further packed in, and hopefully I'll save some space on that level, and I'll further go on in regards to that, and see what I want to try to save to whatever in the future might not be, but some of the things I can absolutely delete and I guess redo. Lots of hours of work in regards to these things, but that's what happens, when when people are going making evil a business. I guess it's not only those people, but that there's just clear stinking evil compared to many other. Some Western companies usually hide it, right? They want to look like good guys, right? And yet they're doing evil, wicked works. Now these guys are just out there doing evil, wicked works in the open, ruining other people's data. It's kind of depraved. Anyway, looking into the Slim device, it should be on its way. I don't know how long it will take, but I ordered some micro SD cards to test. And I ordered the wrong ones, and I told them not to, but they sent them anyway. I tried to reach them on two places, and they sent them anyway today apparently, so they are on the way, and I guess I can send them back. I don't know if it's actually, if it's even, if I send them back, it's, the price is, the price of sending them back might not be, and I don't know if I probably would have to pay for that myself, so I'm not sure if I just should keep them and whatever. It's not the most expensive thing, but it's still kind of, it's like I ordered the wrong thing. In regards of micro SD cards, you have different speed of these cards, and of course, SanDisk have this nonsense of word choice. They have the SanDisk Ultra, right? That I think is the lowest one of their cards, and then they have the SanDisk Ultra Extreme. No, sorry, SanDisk Extreme, I think it is. And then they have the SanDisk Extreme Pro. You gotta be kidding me with these word choices. It's like Ultra, Extreme, Extreme Pro. Which one of them is better than the others, right? It's like, okay, you can get Extreme Pro. Okay, I get that. But Ultra could be more than Extreme. I would, Anyway, so this is. I think it's bullshit. I think it's really really bullshit that they named it this. They could have, like, found some kind of other word choices, but they didn't, and it's bullshit. They might think it's fast and blah blah blah. Well, anyway, I guess those that I ordered, I think, was the Extreme Edition. So in some sense, I guess I nearly have all three different, although there's different sizes in regards of the. So that's not going to work out much in regards of that. So if you want to test it, you should test it with the same storage, I think, because there can be differences in the sizes of the speed. Although I think it actually does say that there doesn't seem to be much difference in regards of the different sizes. When you look at they say, oh, up to this and all that, so and so many, um, but the thing I'm not concerned really with the speed. I'm concerned with the access for portable applications and all that. That was and if you can actually install a system on it, because it seems like that some of the older systems can actually run on these micro SD cards. Further, I've looked into getting some MAS MSATA, yeah, there we go. I haven't followed along with the computer world for a long time, so there's a lot of things that I have no clue about, and I'm trying to just gather a little information so I can figure out what to do in regards of my slim unit, which hopefully I will get in a couple of days. And I have some RAM as well on the way, as far as I know, and hopefully that will work in the slim unit. I've been looking at a Windows 2000 laptop as well, although it doesn't have a CD-ROM drive, which is kind of I don't know why they wouldn't have put a, it's a big laptop, but I guess they didn't think that was important. I guess you can still just throw in a USB thing and all that. For that, they just made so much complication with computing. It's not fun. I don't think it's, you have so many other things you want to do, right? I also found out that the MSATA drives, you can only get them to 1 terabyte, except if you get one specific thing, you can get them in 2 terabyte. Now I looked into in regards of the power usage as well, but that's really, I looked into those that actually wrote how much power they used. A lot of the hard drives doesn't say how much they're using. Now there's, I've seen some tests and there's absolutely difference in regards to how much they use and all that. The problem is there's some, where they use very, very little when they're not being used. And I looked into also the micro SD cards. Don't use much. They really use very, very little, compared to. Now they might take a longer time to move files and this and that, but But I'm thinking it might be worth in regards of the saving of, people will say, well, it just takes longer for it to move files and all. That's true, sure. But if it's going to be active anyway, and the activity, the activity of a micro SD is pretty much on the, it's very little compared to. So I'm thinking, there might be a, I calculated something in regards to how much it was in regards to power usage. I found some data on that, but it depends, of course, if the system can run on the micro SD. Some say that older systems cannot run on these. Of course, the problem is also these technologies. Apparently, the A1 and A2, which is made for like applications and back and forward and all that. Because there's not only the speed of a thing that is important. Because you want to have the small files, and I'm not entirely sure what that is in regards of testing and all that, but I know that there's a huge difference. I have an old SSD 64 gigabyte that I've been very happy about. This is the one. I bought this for over 10 years ago, I think. It's a HyperX, and it was fast, and I guess it's still fast, I guess it's half the speed of the new modern things and all that. But what this could do, compared to a lot of the USB in those days, were run portable applications very fluently. and compared to the ordinary USB sticks that could do it, but this one was, this was one, very good. And they made these, I think 11 years ago or something like that, and it's still working, and it was a very nice device, and you could still use it. It's lightweight, but it's too thick. I don't know why they make these thick things. I had one of these USB things, and I just fixed with a knife. I don't understand. They had these bolting, where the plastic was bolting out. But the problem is usually when you put this in the USB key, there's not room for other devices because, the USB ports are usually so close together, which is another bullshit thing. Spread them a little out. Come on. And those people making these USB pins should really. What is wrong with people? They know that these, and if it's not, necessary to have this plastic go out, and it's not, because I could take a knife and just, cut it off. So I did that. I should have done that long time ago. Anyway, so you could do portable applications, and this still works and all that. I'm sad that I didn't pay for a bigger unit at the point. But they were so expensive, but it's really been useful for so many things. And you can run a system on it without any problem. Linux system, whatever, and all that. And I usually had that, but it's not working at the moment, apparently. I'm not sure what. But yeah, the problem, of course, is if you put a USB thing and run the system from it, if you take it out, it breaks, so that's the problem with that. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my machine to be ready, and then I need to copy data files from OneDrive to a backing up drive, which I'm at the moment trying to make so there's more storage on it. And I'll fix a pin and write QQKK or something like on it, and just take it out and lay it someplace, and I don't know, something of that nature. I don't know. Now, of course, there's some files that I would like to, but yeah, it's just easier to just take it out and just lay it and have it as a, and just continue moving forward. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But that's just, I have so many other things, and I just can't keep up at all on so many things. Yeah, we're all going to die. I just hope that I can just, sort out things to make it easier for me. It is, I guess, going in that direction. I guess I could just turn all the digital nonsense out, and then I would pretty much be at the point. But I try to just make it a little, so at least I might have something. I can make websites on my mobile phone. It's a little, it's not the easiest thing, but it's possible. I do have an application for that. Actually working pretty good. Although there are some things that I think is bullshit, as usual. I should write the programmer, but again, I can, continue to write different people all the time and this and that with all the nonsense going on in the world. It's overwhelming, right? You don't even have I can't find the delete thing. You fix all the text, and where's the delete thing or the cut thing or whatever? That's copy and paste. Yeah, but where's the standard delete? I don't know. It's just not there. I can't find it. Maybe it's there somewhere, but I haven't been able to find it. It's not. And when you connect to the FTP, you need to push. What kind of bullshit is this? You just want to have it uploaded or downloaded when you have fixed your data into things. It shouldn't be that difficult. Maybe there's a way. I don't know. But I think when you say save, I think it actually just saves it on the mobile, and I'll have to test those things out. Anyway, so my what do you call it? I need to take my website down as well in regards of see if I can actually fix a backup. I think I should probably do that just on the Linux, but the problem is there's usually problems in regards of systems doing Linux or Windows and using different FTPs, and you can hit into issues on that level. So I tried that when I was changing from one host to another host. It was absolutely terrible because apparently there was some differences. Actually, when I made it from one host to another host, I had to use another file FTP thing, and then it worked. But then I had to go the other way around, and that didn't work. So that was kind of terrible. So I had some problems in regards of the application of the chat application I'm using from my computer to to get data from one place to another place. I just use this XMPP. I was looking into what kind of client I could use. I'm thinking maybe I could just use one of the browsers and fix the data so they can easily, also people can easily connect, maybe for a guest account. That actually might actually be working, so people can just connect with a guest account to the place, and that'll be fine. So, but yeah, I've looked into all these MSATA things and all that, and some of the links I should put on my website in regards of I have different MACTA. It's only because the system I'm going to get runs MSATA. I was thinking that maybe you could have an MSTA into this modern thing, and you could just get a more modern version of these memory hard drives, and you could just fix that. But I haven't. I've only seen it go one direction, from from one direction into the new to old instead of old to new converter, and I don't know why. It should be some kind of, maybe I just need to look around further. It's kind of interesting how all the things that that you're looking for is kind of usually hard to some standard things which should just be easy to find, and you need to dig and dig and dig to actually. Okay, here we have in regard to the RAM. I need to figure out about that as well. I do have some RAM blocks already, but I don't think they can run on the system because it's not the L version. It's not 1.35 volts, and this needs 3.5 volts. Here we have the mini PC EXMSATA flexible, and they cost a little less. Different versions of these. I don't know which one is best. But there's different prices. I'll need to look into. I need to have some kind of. I think you can actually still get the standard cards of MSATA into the slim device. There's really only room for half hard drives, and you can only get those up to 512 gigabytes, and with a double price on it. So that's a problem. Because most of the things you can get is standard size. I found a guy that has, that's selling 4 of these from Samsung, I think, which should be low power, at least in regards of what they write on the card. But you still have the difference in regards to different technologies that can keep it low consumption on other. So I don't really, it's hard to really figure out how much am I going to save really, But anyway, this device have it has screws with it. It has a elongated thing if you need that. So I don't have one of these. They have 3 different sizes of cables, and thereby I can fix it into the half thing, and then have a full thing and put it somewhere in the. It would be nice with some kind of tape thing or something like that, I'm sure I can figure out something. But hey, if I can just get it to work at the beginning at least, then I can always look at the more, you know, other things. So let's see here, we have the pawn disk. Okay, pawn disk, where is that? Just trying to gather all the... Okay, pawn disk, I don't know where the pawn disk is. So here we go, pawn disk. Well, that can't be right. Why would I have the pawn disk there? Pawndisk.com, Pico. Okay, no, it's the Pico. Okay. Do I have the pawn disk twice? I think the pawn disk. Why is the Pico? Is that pawn disk as well? Oh yeah, that's pawn disk. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. That's 700. So I don't need two pawn disk. So now that's actually the same thing. Pico PC. They send in Europe, so that's a good thing. So you don't need to pay toll and all that. So let's see what they actually take from the original website. If you want a hard drive, a small hard drive, let's see here. That is. Let's see here. If the price of free shipping and blah blah blah. Okay, let's see, €100 to, I think that's around 700 as well, right? DKK, and then you don't have the, yeah. So that's pretty much the same. So I can pretty much delete that one. Glass in my feet. I haven't gotten it out. I need to. Oh yeah, I need to fix that as well in regards of the doctor thing and see if they have written back in regards of have they found anything in my foot, which probably not. You know, sadly, I don't think they have found out where it is, and I can't figure out where it is. You know, if there's not more than one, and the body apparently doesn't, you know, throw it out. Very annoying. That's very annoying. You know, one affliction after another in this life. I don't understand people that want to inflict themselves, you know. Are you crazy, you people, you know? If you don't have any health issues, why would you inflict yourself to have health issues? You know, it's bullshit. You gotta be kidding me. The devil really have made, you know. You should be happy that you have a body that is not inflicted with all this, instead of you know, just lunacy. It's absolutely insanity. If you have your health, you know, and pristine health and all that, why would you want to ruin that? It's going to be getting ruined at some point, usually, you know. People pretty much, many of them don't go through life without any infliction, right? You know. So why would you inflict yourself to get, you know? Anyway, that's just nonsense. Okay, so I have this, there's also this thing in regards of MSATA to a dual MSATA SSD. And this is another little plugin you can make. I was thinking, you know, that's probably a good idea if I'm trying, you know, if I need to install. If the system itself can't install these things, I can maybe try to install them from that device, and then, oh, I'm not even sure I can do that, because I think there was some problems with that as well. I'm not entirely sure if at least it can't run them, but I can't remember if I think it made a blue screen when I did it. I would need to figure out something other, I guess. But if you could install the system, you could maybe just take it from one to another and still have it running. Well, let's just hope that installation can be done. Well, that would be a way. But there's this device at least where you can do that. So let's see here. And we can go into the application. It's called Android or something like that. Let's like see here. Yeah, Android. Let's see if we have the notes. Here we go. Okay. If it's fast enough. The mobile is just so slow, and I really don't know what much it is. You know, that it's just incredible slow. Oops. So here we have some of the data in regards of thin client hardware list. This parkytowers.me does have a .uk, has a lot of goodies on those. The Dell Wise 3330 or 3290 is the one that I ordered in 03D. You can replace the RAM. I don't know how much you can go up, but at least 8 gigabytes if it's the L version of RAM. Maybe, didn't I write that? No, I should probably write GPLL. Just to have the understanding. Okay. It should be running around 4 to 8 watts, so that's good. It has Windows 7 embedded, so that'll be great. Hopefully that will be running pretty good, but we'll see. I haven't tried embedded version. I have made a USB, so I was thinking of installing the embedded version on my at the moment main computer, which is a power hungry monster pretty much. So yeah, we have some manuals. We have another device, a VX0LE-C7. I think the notebook is the same, 1.2 gigahertz, and I think it's also a C7 Eden, but I can't remember. But they're actually selling you can get those pretty cheap, you know. But I don't know how much you can upgrade them further, you know, how much, you know. Of course, Windows 2000 doesn't really take much, and that's the point is to get back to Windows 2000. And then I have another idea in regards of Linux, low-cost device. You know, of course I can use my mobile here, and although it doesn't have it so good, but you know, you have the Pine phone maybe can be taken over in some sense. So here we have the half mini PC, half MS ACTA, and they're pretty expensive, and you can then get them to 512 gigabyte, you know. Let's see here if we can get to the blabber thing here. Now that I've sorted out in a browser, and it actually looks pretty good. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't install an application for XMPP. Maybe I should just install, you know, and fix it up to this, you know. At some point it would be nice to look into it and fix all the things, but I don't have the programming skills and all that, I guess. But this would be a start, you know. It's the same application pretty much, it's just on the web. It's pretty much looks nearly the same. So that would be a way to do it. I think you can install it in some kind of other email client maybe or something. I'm not entirely sure. There was something in regards to that. I'm just sick and tired of trying, you know, things that should be pretty easy is not that easy. Okay, let's see here what we have here. We have some of the links. This is the first one. Let's can we open that up in the no? Okay, let's just push there we go. We have that feature on, although usually I don't have that feature because it's kind of tedious. But if I can't open it like, you know, then I guess this is fine. This is actually a pretty good thing, you know, this time. But again, usually I wouldn't use this feature because, you know, you need to then go into it and all that. Another thing with these mobiles is that they don't load the tabs while in the background, which is very annoying as well. Because that's one of the things you don't want to waste time. You know, the whole idea of opening more tabs in the past was that you could you know, you could sit and read one web page and open another, and while it's loading in the background you could you know, you could read, and so when you're finished you could just push on the tab and it would be finished loading. But no, someone thought it was a very good idea just to, you know, it's just bullshit, you know. There's so much bullshit in this world. I think this one can be, you know, look at that. I'm needing to wait for this. Okay, Pawn Disk, we have Pawn Disk another place. Apparently this standard of of hard drives is not really something that seems to be. It seems to be the older standard. So, but yeah, it's if I could find something where you could take, convert the new into the old or the old into the new, or I guess you can find it one direction, but you cannot find it the other direction. I want from the old plug to a new plug, in regards of, and I'm thinking it must be out there someplace, but yeah, I haven't found it yet. And we have King Fast. They say they are only running 0.5 amps, although of course the data on the different things could be wrong. So again, the problem is the unit. I will need like this thing where I can make room for it, and I'll need to order something of that nature, so I have that, so I can begin to, I guess, I think I can. I think it's still possible to put it in there, although it's not perfect, But as long as it works, I can test things out. Here we have in regards to RAM. That's another thing in regards of. Oh, that's wrong. Let's see here. RAM. Okay, do we have some RAM? I thought I had RAM in regards. Okay, let's put that down here. And paste. Good. Now this is only 8 gigabytes, and these are much cheaper than the 16 gigabytes. So, but this is of course just one of them. I don't know if there's difference. I wonder why did it do that. 8 gigabyte. Okay. So, so far so good. Yeah, it seems like those that are really it was like Samsung or something like that. I can't remember. That makes these new modern hard drives. Yeah, that has very little. When they're not being used, then they don't use much energy. Oh, that's the laptop, by the way. Looks pretty good. It's running Windows 2000, although it's not running 12 volts, but. So I'm not sure. I would maybe need, I guess, a 12 volt to 19 volts converter. Maybe that's possible to get. So you can just get it up so you run it directly nearly from the system, so you don't lose too much energy. So yeah, that's a possibility. So. And maybe it's better with a laptop than with you can take the laptop with you, right? It's a little harder taking a smaller device. Oh, here we have all the pianos I was looking into. Yeah, more pianos. It's just incredible how much, I can't do it at the moment, but there's so much spyware in these guys, in these applications. It's disgusting. You can't just find one application, You have to find this over, huge amount of applications, right? But all of them has spyware in them, and you're just looking, it's like water all over, but not a single drop to drink, That's how it is. You have piano applications all over, right? And yet you can't find one without spyware, It's disgusting. And it's the same with all these other, it's just waste of time. And instead of these people just making something free for the good of mankind, everyone needs to make their own piano application and put their spyware nonsense into it so they can suck you dry for information. Because there's not enough people that doesn't have the Western understanding of, Protestant biblical understanding of doing good to other people, right? So they don't care, they don't care in regards of stealing information. And then, of course, a lot of people in the Western world has fallen as well, because, everybody else does it, so let's just do it as well, right? Yeah. So let's see here, we got the RAM. Okay, we have these are Samsung's SSD SM841N, and these are also very low on the rating. So, but again, being low on the rating doesn't mean that they're really very very low. But the more modern versions of these cards have more amps, and that would be more watts effect usage. But apparently they have more technology to help them not use too much when. So there's a lot of factors in regards of these, and they still have this planet first on it. Usually I don't care about all this planet first nonsense and all that, but if I'm going off grid, I want to be as much. I don't want to focus on this, but I'm forced into it. Because I'm not going to go along with the power companies bullshit, which they have, designed and what do you call it? They have purposely, fixed these things. They have planned these things out so they can rob people in a sophisticated way, but that's always how the Jesuits works and the Roman system. They're always very sophisticated in how to damage the people and how to make, yeah. So, but anyway, I'm not sure if he has written me back yet, but I found 4 used hard drives, 128 gigabytes, and I gave him a price for it that seems to be reasonable, I think, and he gave me a little other price, but very close to that place, and I'm thinking that seems to be pretty fair. At least I have something to try. I don't know. You could probably get them for free if you went out dumpster diving on. But yeah. Anyway, what is it called? EDB. So I'm going to, if he's going to further go into that, that would be 4 hard drives. And why would I need 4 hard drives? Well, then I can test different things, at least with the unit. I can install different systems, so I can test it out, and without needing to, make use of the same thing, so I need to reinstall. I can just take it out, lay it to the side, and I have the system. For example, if I install Windows XP, I can take that out, lay it to the side, right? Put another one in, install Windows 7, take that out, try installing whatever, Windows 2000, lay it to the side, whatever, and so I don't need to delete these things. So that was the idea of that. So I just need some small to test things out and see how it goes, And then of course I've ordered some micro SDs. Of course now I ordered 2 of them. I ordered wrong. So, but apparently they sent them anyway. So again, I don't know if it's even worth sending back. It's not much because it's just 64 gigabyte micro SD. So they're not very expensive. So it might nearly be more costly to send them back and all that, and whatever waste. I thought I could actually stop them before they sent it, but apparently they already sent them. So that's. So can I use them for something? I don't know. I guess I can use them for music and fixing music into my. But I usually just used my old ones for that. Oh, I guess you can also use them for. The PinePhone has, but that's. I guess I could use them for PinePhone for the slower things if I wanted to test something out. Of course, I don't have a PinePhone, but that might be a unit I could get as well because it's low. Compared to a mobile, it's not low because they haven't tuned it up and all that. But as far as I can see, it actually can go into desktop mode, and if I can just if I can get that to run in desktop mode and run okay and all that, and I can do some programming and all that and sort that out, that will again take a long time to sort. Waste of time as always. But if I can do that, so I don't have power consumption so much and all that. I will check how much wattage it actually takes and all that, but yeah, I think it seems like it can pretty much run on yeah. So that would be a pretty good, having that as a computer, you know, Windows 2000 and PinePhone, you know, that's but very sad that I ordered the wrong thing, and that they didn't send the right thing. I tried to write them again, and well, we'll see what they say. But again, yeah, all these things, extreme, you know, ultra and extreme pro and all that. You know, you don't see the, you know, it's hard to figure out the difference, right? And but of course, extreme pro is the fastest of their made, you know. Okay, let's see here. We have Pico. We already have those. We need to close that one, and that one, and that one. Then we have these from eBay. Actually, I don't need the eBay. Oh, well, I guess. But the name is primarily the thing, so I can find them. So let's go over to this and fix the name in, and we'll be able to see that on the. And let's just, well, let's have the URL, and we'll not take this hash thing with it. That's this one. There we go. And take the next one. That's 256 megabyte. But again, it would be nice if you actually had a converter from MSATA to the new modern thing, and I just haven't found it yet. Might exist somewhere, because then you could just use the newer. Of course, they're longer, but if you can get a cable thing and all that, you know, you can make it work. I think you can find a placement in the little small unit that I have. Oh, that was too much of that was some hashing as well. This hash number thing, I'm not sure what it actually does, but all of these, you know, they always run a ruin standard URLs, you know. And the last one is an SM841. I don't have a link for the modern things, it seems. Anyway, just looking around, just getting. It's probably just better to get the new ones. You know, they should have the technology. You know, the 860 are the last ones. And then of course there's the 2 gigabytes, which is, you know, which you need to. You need to get one of these. I don't know. There's a bidding on eBay on this thing, and you are now the highest bidder. I'm not sure if I'm still the highest bidder on it. It's kind of you know, I don't know. It's at the moment it's not, the price is not that, you know. Well, there's still 2 days left. Well, 1 day. Well, 2 days, I guess. 1 day and 23 hours. It's still, you know, it's up, you know, we'll see. I don't know what, you know, it's, yeah, it's yeah, we'll see if I get it or not. Most likely I think I will be outbid, but we'll see. But that's one way at least to get a 2 terabyte MSATA. Although in regards of technology, in regards of usage of energy and all that, hopefully it should be. Yeah, but I don't have the test tools to test things and all that in regards to that. In regards of fineness and all that, so we'll see. But we'll see. Okay, I have this open. I can close this one, and we should have on my mobile. Now all these links, I guess, doesn't really matter much. It's just to get an idea to. Here we go. Well, here we go with the 128 gigabyte. Can I copy this easily? Copy to clipboard. Oh, it's nice when something actually works like the good old days, you know. So let's see here. That will be up here. No, up here. Yeah, okay. So I have the links and I can easily find things again. Paste. Hopefully we'll sort something out. Hopefully it will be, you know. Can I copy this? Yeah. Good old days. Things are working. So much nonsense with this, you know, internet and all these. It's just, come on, paste. Or maybe we can do like this. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay, great. Haven't used the application so much, but I did try it out to see if it was possible to actually sit and program while you're on the mobile, and it is. It doesn't go so fast, and you have some issues, tedious issues, but it's possible, you know. Oh, let's just do like that. Okay. As you can see, it takes a little time, and of course the slow device that I have here doesn't help on things. Oh, you know, it's only slow because I think all the updates, the new modern updates and all that, because it wasn't slow beforehand. It was quick, like it was one of these well, it's just like, okay, we can I guess we can just do like this and then remove. Okay, where we go. It's not so easy. I don't know how to just delete things, like, you know, without needing to do it like this. And of course that's very tedious. There must be another way. But I haven't found the cut feature or the delete feature any place. So yeah, that seems to be a missing feature. I have no idea why the programmer wouldn't fix that. But who knows. So these are some of the low again, in regards of you know, when you look at those SSDs and all that, that's no difference pretty much in you know, it's very small difference in regards of, you have 500 megabytes of, you know, I think it's read, and you have something in write, and close to that, I think, and you don't really see much difference, you know, overall. The difference is in regards of going to the mechanical or from the mechanical to an SSD. Then besides that, from SSD to SSD, you don't really see much difference. You know, it's just bullshit of all these. But what I want is, of course, low consumption. That's the thing. Finding finding something that is low consumption. Okay, we had the 200. Okay, I had the other link there. Okay, but anyway, let's copy this. So we have the name. It's you know, it's hard to find all these things, and of course it will help when I get the device, and hopefully I will be able to do some of the things I want to do. Although I still have, you know, the portable applications I need to remake, and now after the virus nonsense and all that, I will need to look into that again. I would be able to do that maybe on Linux or something like that, and begin to get all the applications and find them in Windows 32-bit. So here we go. We have the SM84, well, SSD. Well, do we have like, okay, we have the MX, you know, they have a little difference in regards to the text I can see here. But you have the information for Samsung, this Samsung's third, and you have the last Samsung that they have made, and they made it up to 1 gigabyte, or at least they have sold it to a maximum of and apparently those are some of the most popular I see here, SSD SATA. Getting better at understanding and knowing what they are called and all that. But let's see if we can find the Samsung. It should take me to the... But they actually have... Well, Wait. Yeah, there we go. There we go with the 1 GB. And apparently these kind of things have some kind of technology that should make them less, you know, not use so much energy. But again, it's very, very, very hard to really sort it out, because again, yeah, in the overall, in regards of what, and it doesn't even have how much it actually use, but in test and all that, when it's idled, it doesn't use much. And you have different others where they've tested, and again, yeah, I don't know how much difference there really are on those levels. And again, you also have the 2 GB, but that's nearly impossible to get, because that's not sold. So I'm thinking if you can actually just get a thing that can actually go from one thing to another thing, from let's see here. I'll see what we can find, but I think we'll only find the other one. MSATA to M2 adapter, right? But this is the other way around. Sadly, wow, it's slow. Let's try to find some images and see what we get, because as far as I can see, that's just not what I would like. Here we have a cable, right? There we go with the cable, something of that nature, but it has to be the other way around. You have one there as well. Let's see here. Maybe I need to say M2 to, I think I actually already have tried it, so. But what do we have here over here, maybe? Maybe looks a little like what we might. We'll see. But if you can just get a conversion cable from that, you can just use the modern hard drives. Should be enough space to actually put that in if you can get a cable thing. So yeah, let's have a look what we have here. We have sorry item blah 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 blah. Okay. We have a dog. So okay, here we go. But there you go. We have M SATA SSD to NGFF M2 adapter, but that's just the other way around. So maybe I should actually try to write M2 to MSATA instead. Go up here and see here. Sadly, I don't think it will help. But that would make it easier to just, still get some storage, and you could still have it connected to the one single port there is. And I have other things to try out when I get the device, although I need to order some other things. But yeah, first thing, I need to get the device, right? And of course, I was trying to fix the portable application, so was ready for some app, to, well, anyway, let's see. M22 and adapter, okay. We can go with adapter, but cable, we would need a cable, because if we just have an adapter, there's not enough room. I guess this is the adapter, but this is still to the new modern version and not the other way around. So, yeah. So there's the different options to try to, but I think the Pine phone will maybe be able to actually be used as a desktop and thereby be a low source uh, running desktop. I just need to find some really, something that doesn't use much energy and all that, and I might be able to do something with that. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, this seems to maybe be in the right direction, right? Maybe. Well, failed. Okay. But that seems to be maybe, something of that nature. No, connection failed. Wow, okay. Well, that seemed to actually have the plug that would be. Oh, there we go. I'm not sure. Well, it does look like maybe an SATA, but I'm not sure in regards of where it's going to. If it's just going from M-SATA to M-SATA, then it's not really going to. Of course, you could do an M-SATA to M-SATA and then a converter maybe on the M-SATA cable or this thing. I don't know. Then you will have multiple. The less links, the better. The less conversions, the better. So. Here we go again with the other way around, MSATA to M2. We want an M2 to SATA or MSATA. All these different stupid formats and this and that and blah blah blah, right? Why couldn't they just have upgraded the old one? It's still the same. You still have it should be possible to just use the same kind of plug. Give me a break with the bullshit. Instead of needing to make like this elongated thing. Oh, what do we actually have here? No, here we have from the new format to the old format, right? Yeah, and that's not what we want. We want the other way around. Well, maybe that's just impossible to get. So, these are the new ones, right? Oh, let's show let's see, do we have a new one here? It should be something new on the page. At least there was on the, we want yeah. Doesn't show anything. Okay, regular form, or form factor, and VNAND, and here you go with the read-write, right? It's 500 megabytes, and it's pretty much the same with every single one, read-write, You need to then go to the next technology if you want anything that is even better than that. But I don't even know in regards to the system I'm going to have if it even can do 500, right? It might not. I think there's like 3 technologies, right, in regards to the speed. So the system itself might not even handle 500. So it doesn't really matter on those levels, at least. Now in regards to smaller files, I will still. Oh well. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we maybe have some images here. Now it's still the same. Still the same. And, oh yeah, maybe we have some data here. But it doesn't, well, it tells us that they're lying about how many gigabyte there's on it. But everybody does that, right? Lying bullshitters, all of them. Yeah. Here we go. But this should be the newest technology, so it should be in regards of low consumption as well. It's the Evo, I guess the Evo maybe. I don't know what that stands for. 5-year limited, blah 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 blah. But it should be one of these where they have this mark, that green thing, planet, whatever. I've seen at least some of the other versions which have this sticker on it as well in regards of think of the planet or whatever, like the other ones that are fixed. Oh, that's it 2 times. So let me see here. So yeah, but that's 1 gigabyte. So we have 250 and 100, and these 128. Those are the one that I'm maybe getting if the guys accepts the. I'll get 4 of those, so I can test things out on that level. That'll be interesting. Yeah, there we go with the Planet First. And as far as I know, the Planet First is also on these, although not on, but I've seen other versions where it is the same thing, and you have the sticker Planet First on 1 gigab or 1 terabyte. Even if it actually uses a good amount, it says. So, but I guess that's the running speed. Here you can see the rated is plus 3.3 volts and 0.65 amps. And yeah. But again, I don't know how precise they are with these things. So there we go with the new version. No, maybe this is the old version. Yeah, this is the old version. But it looked like the elongated new version they have as well. Well, there's some new technology, caching, DDR, whatever, RAM to do something. So it should be even running even more smoothly and have higher rating of megabytes back and forward and all that. But it probably won't do me much good overall. Because the slim device that I have might not be able to... I need to go through those applications and see how much of this has spyware. But yeah, lots of it. My nose is blocked because I'm speaking all the time. Maybe I should just fix some coffee over. But yeah, it's okay. It's going. It's moving forward, I guess. In regards to things, let's take some. Go. Let's sit down. Okay. So yeah, again, when I get the slim device, I will be able to at least try it out, update the BIOS, update the system. I guess I can first look at how it runs, and then I can begin to I have the latest updates for it and all that. And I can push that in and make it do its thing. And then I can go from there. But then of course I will need some of the other tools to further progress. Like for example those hard drives and some kind of extension cord, so I can get around this half sizing of things. Although I do think you can actually just fix them in, and even if it's not, I think you can actually get connections even with the standard, but I don't think you can close the device after that. But with an extension you would be able to do that without any big issues. So and then the question of course is, if I can't get it to run Windows 2000, at least it can still run Windows 7, and that will be also okay. We'll need to, I guess, look for something else. I guess maybe a laptop running Windows 2000, because those do exist, and maybe that's not a bad thing to actually get one of those. It's not the most powerful and all that for sure, but that might be I might need a converter from 12 volts to 19 volts, but I don't think I will lose that much energy by doing that. And who knows, maybe it will actually run on 12 volts. Some of these devices apparently can run on higher or lower voltages. So Let's see. There we go. Solid state. Have he written me back yet in regards of this thing or not? Price runner is okay. We can close that down. Euros, we can close that down. We have the thing running. It says, oh, it talks about apparently it talks about the connections being a problem. Whatever. It's interesting, all these new problems are coming around when you had a computer that was running perfect, or a mobile that was running perfectly. So, but I would need to further get into and oh yeah, I needed the doctor thing. Oh yeah, that's true. That's also something I need to check out. Oh my nose is blocked. Let's see here. And my feet are full of glass. Well, maybe not full of it, but has glass in it. Very annoying. Oh! Oops. We just got a... Woo! Maybe that's fine. Little closer on things. Okay, he hasn't responded yet, but these are these... You know, it should be pretty good. Maybe they're older version, but they should still be pretty good to test out. I don't know in regards of... yeah, there was some that actually said they only used 0.5. But again, you know, the data might be wrong, and we have tried the dishonesty before in regard. And how do they calculate it? Is that's the maximum, or the... You know, or is it just around 0.5 or whatever, you know, what are they using, right? So I'm also looking at some cables in regards of how 1.5 meters, way too long. Just want some snippet cables to, so I can actually have some, you know, so the USB ports are not going into each other and all that, and how big is this cable? It's blue. It's nice blue, you know. No problem with that. A female connector, blue, whatever. Looks good. But it's too... 1 meter. Way too long. Oh, these are pretty nice. How long are they? You get 2 for, you know, 3.0 data. Yeah, you know, we also have like one that doubles out. But I did find one which actually just makes multiple, yeah. But it would be nice to just have where you can just, but they don't need to be long. And then you have all the compatible issues. I have like this one for micro SD, and then I have another kind of these, and it's like some micro SDs works with one and some works with the other, and you know, you just have to try. It's just bullshit, you know. Why is it so hard to get things to work? Why do we have so many problems in regards to compatible? It's not gotten better over the years. It's just gotten worse and worse. The same thing with the internet. Is just a havoc. The internet is just totally, it's just insane. Here we have some blue again, 0.3. That's 30 centimeters, I guess. That's still pretty long, but you know, it's absolutely in the right direction. Here we have something that is only 15, I think. That's more like what I'm looking for. Just to be able to... it's not blue, but, you know, whatever. Just so you can get it a little apart from other things. And we have a pack of 2 as well. This is something else. Okay. I think we have... Yeah, we already have... Well... Oh, yeah. have some really long ones as well. These are red. And here we have a very short one. This is 3.1 and this is 3.1, so I guess these are newer than, well, it doesn't really matter. I don't have anything in regards to 3.1, but so here we have StarTech Dual IMS SAT. That was in regards of if I want things into that one, and we can close this one. Great. Some things to order to further, and hopefully we can get all these things sorted out. Need to have a bicycle fixed as well, so we can, and some bags for it as well. Or maybe I could just, go a trip around. That's another possibility. Just go take a bag and go around and see what I can find in the dumpsters instead of taking a bicycle. That's one way of doing things, I guess. I do have an old bag that actually it can only keep 20 kilos, but yeah, I guess you have to be a little, what do you call it? I do have other that actually can do more, but they are more clean in some sense. Haven't been used for. Yeah, that might be a pretty good idea just to. Okay, let's see here. Maybe I can get some handbags or something like that as well, and then some good handbags, and that will be a way to get stuff. A little harder than having a bicycle. Well, these are 30 centimeters and they're red. I don't know. You can get them where you can only get 2 here. I don't know. What are these? Well, they're 3.0. These are 3.0 as well, and this is the same size. They're blue. I think they're the same size at least. How far are they? Well, they are 30 centimeters. Well, I'd rather have the blue than the red. So let's just close those down, and we have, these are probably also 30 centimeters. Yeah. So these are the same, I guess. Well, I guess it's probably the same, maybe the same link. It seems to be, yeah, the same link. Okay, we can close that one down. So these are 30 centimeters, so you could plug it in and still, but it still seems a little longer than I wanted. I just wanted a very, here we have one that also have 30 centimeters. It's blue and all that. Oh, I think we can close that down, I think. Yeah. Still blue and all that. Neat. Here we have the smallest one I can find, I guess. Black with blue. 15 centimeters. Oh, it's 3.0. Didn't we have something in regards of 3.1? Yeah, it says actually USB male to USB generation 3.1, but the package doesn't really say 3.1, although it doesn't really matter. I don't know if maybe the old standard can use the, I don't know. Anyway, here we say 3.1 as well. 6-inch or 15 centimeters.
Our team is encouraged to explore the art.
I have one someplace, I just don't know where, but I have a really small one that I usually use, but I don't know where I put it. It's very annoying. It's white, Okay, so here we have, oh, didn't we have that already once? No. Okay. That was something in regards of swimming. And we have some in regards to these adapters where you can put, but you could get the new modern versions, I guess, with, yeah, so I guess it doesn't really matter much. And I guess if I really got the other thing, I could fix that as, yeah. Hmm. So these are for another version apparently. Are these? Okay, what is these? These are still M2, right? But they're elongated. NVMe. They seem to be using the same kind of key. I'm not entirely. Well, this one seems to be a little different. I don't know. It's all these different, and I was like, do we need all these different, ways of? Yeah, well, they do, I guess, so they can make us buy new things all the time, right? And instead of just making things so it can, work with backward compatible thing and all that. Anyway, let's close that down. We don't need those. That's just okay. We have some foam tape I was looking into in regards of if you want to fix it together at some point, right? So it doesn't wriggle around. If you have a hard drive with this, you don't want to wriggle around. Okay. I found some memory card labels, memory card holder, dual micro SD SDHS, memory card reader for MPCI 22 mini. I was wondering if the Wi-Fi thing can be used in regards to this unit. We have another micro SD TF card because I think that might be in regards of usage, in regards of how good it is and all that, might be some difference in regards of. So I was thinking of, but maybe that's kind of hard to actually. Well, at least you will need to install the system on the micro SD card and then I guess test it all. Yeah, well. We have some 12 volts. Oh yeah, that was the doctor thing as well. Oh yeah. Well, I'll take it afterwards, I guess. But I guess I need some information to even connect. Well, here we have some 12 volts connectors that I need to get 12 volts out from the. Actually, I also need. That's true. What is it called? A car 12 volt plug. That's true. I need something. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Something of that nature. Pack of 2 cigarette lighter plugs, 12 volts with 8 pieces of 10 amps or 15 amps fuse. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot you can take out from that then, of 12 volts. I wonder if you can actually split the. No, that's probably. Oh, I guess it's draws. Here we have some pigtail or something, I guess. I guess it's the opposite direction or something like that. I'm not sure. Safety universal plug 21 millimeters. Whatever. Here we have one that actually makes 1 to 2. A splitter. Interesting. Aha. A splitter, and you put in some. I guess I could have put a splitter on it, maybe. That depends in regards to what direction it actually, because it might actually it might actually, go into the other 12 volts that might not be possible to then use. But interesting, you can actually. Here we have a car lighter plug where you get out some wires. Yeah, well, I guess that's. Yeah, this is Also with some wires out. I don't need this LED that would be costing. Here we have like a hub, you know, for 12 volts. Interesting. So you can actually get 3 of these 12 volts if you do it like that. Yeah, I don't know. Here we have a splitter into 2, and that seems to be more reasonable in regards of, but I don't know how that it actually would work with different technology, and if it needs to, well, I guess it still will pour out 12 volts, right? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Here we have a cigarette with USB and a USB-C. Here we have again one of these dual standard, but these might be the better things of actually. Here we have 2 USB, but I do have USBs already, and the conversion from 5 volts to 12 volts or something like that, there might be a loss on those levels. So I don't want too much loss in regards to that. Here we have like well, these are small. Apparently 10 to 15 amps. I don't know how much the device can do, but they will have 300 watt thing, The good thing with the cigarette things is that it's harder to get them out. So when you plug it in, it will stay compared to the others where you might actually take them out, Here we have some with quick charging 3.0 whatever. Here we have an adapter again where you actually also have USB in it as well. Interesting, I guess. Here we have 12 volts to some kind of other thing. We have some USB 3 and all that, but we already have USB. Here we have 3, a splitter with 3. So you have 1 you put in, and you have 3 other cigarette things. That might actually be better to actually run the computer over that, and screens and all that. I will never get to the wattage that they are pulling, but it might be better in regards of it actually sitting. Here we have a converter from USB-A to 12 volts, I guess. Interesting. Some different interesting things for sure. There's some options. It's just elongated. And we have some. Well, then you have some data in regards to how much you're drawing and all that. That might be interesting but might actually just be waste of. Here we have one that actually has USB and has a lot of different USB here. Now this is not a unit that you just put in, is it? Well, it just say car lighter, but I don't think this is the same. I have something in regards of to a DC 5.5, and I also need to get some of those cables to plug that in. Here we have one that goes into 2. 3 seems to be a pretty good start to just have 3, and I don't know if you can fix plugs like that, or if I need to, I can just take a little tail and just sort it out, I guess. Here we have something, a thing to, I guess, create different. We have something in regards of cable to DC. What kind of plug? Yeah, that's good question in regards of I can fix those together. Oh, these are pretty nice. Water, water. This used to be the plugs. This doesn't seem to. This car socket thing charging. Yeah. Yeah, I don't need those USB. Shouldn't be needing it anyway. Okay, let's see if we can find one with 3. Okay, Y3. No, that didn't really give me much results. Yeah, because these things, I don't think they can stay there. Here we have some, I guess, tail plugs things, and they I guess they show how you can actually make these. Oh, you have the interesting. You could open them up and you have the 10 amps inside of it, I guess it seems. You just put it in. Interesting. Never tried much of those beforehand, but they don't deliver to my place, so that doesn't really. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah. Then we also have some kind of I should probably check to my water. Coffee. Yeah. Well, that's interesting, both plugs do 12 volts, so. But yeah, great. Let's have this. Yeah, I didn't really. What was the other thing that was? There was some other thing as well that I was pretty surprised that could be nice to have. I guess also actually for the USB, to save the USB cables, maybe then have something plugged in so you don't plug in and out and all that from the device. Might be nice. Yeah, because you don't want the device to break, right? And if you're going to take them out and take them in and take them out, and they might not hold that much. But that's interesting. So we have, but what I can't remember what was the thing that I was looking into and thinking, wow. Oh yeah, that was the 12 volts for. Yeah, you can get some USB thing on that level. Oh yeah. You can connect it to a 12 volt battery. Okay, let's see here. What do we have here? Oh, that was not. So this one, I think, will actually be a problem because it's wide, and it would probably be a problem with the other 12 volts. If I use the other 12 volts anyway, that would be a problem. It has some 2 USB A's. It would then be able to convert to 150 watts high performance car charger. Convert and increase your 12 volts or 24 cigarette lighter socket from 1 to 2 sockets. Maximum power up to 150 watts. Well, I'm not going to use 150 watts. So, but you know, it has USB-A and it has USB-C as extra plugs, but that's probably some conversion. And okay, this one doesn't, so we can. But what is it actually? Is it like a closure fuse thing? Male car, lighter socket, power adapter on off fuse. I guess it will light up and use some power on, showing that it's lit up. Here we have one cable with some wire. Yeah, well, let's take another one. Here we have where it shows you how much, 12 volts, plus 12.8 volts. It has this thing with USB and more USB and more USB and 3 cigarette lighters. So, and then it shows how much it's using in volt, or how much volts it actually, well, that's not how much it uses, I guess, it's just how much volt is actually coming out. Here we have a more like, or you just put it in and you divide it into 2 and there would be room. It has some wire thing and all that, that's perfect actually. But it doesn't send to Denmark. 1 to 2 cigarette lighter, blah 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 blah. Okay, next one. This is more like for USB and no. Here we have another one of these where they divide 1 to 2. Maybe that's actually, here we have a division 1 to 1. It looks a little weird. But this is like 24 volts or something like that. It's not the same that I need to use, or seems to be a little different. Yeah, that's not going to go, I think. We have some USB. Oh, here we go with dual cigarette, but yeah, it doesn't. We begin with. That's 2. Well, that's with a wire. Okay, you have 3, and it shows how many volts it produces and all that. You have some USB and all that. Yeah, well, here you have some USB, but I'm not sure it connects to. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be right. Where's my pad, by the way? I did have the. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's take the other one here. Here we have a plug, but it only goes on, onto 1. Although it might actually be pretty good if those cables would actually work with. You can put a 3 amp inside of it, relaxing degree, stretching freely, up to 1.5 meters and a DC 2.1 mil. I'm not sure what actually is needed for. But yeah, you did 12 volts to 5 volts, so maybe you can do the other way around pretty easily. Here we also have one that plugs in, and then 3 meters of yeah, that seems to be pretty long. Well, I don't know, the computer in regards to the length of the cable and all that, well, I guess if you could run it over here with 12 volts, that would be okay, and then just connect it from over here. Might be a way to do it, I guess. Okay. And it says it's 3 meters, so well, I guess it can become 3 meters if you max 10 amps. Well, that's way more than I would ever need, so that's fine. Well, no, the printer is not running on 12 volts, so that wouldn't be, at least you would need to upstep it, but that's doesn't make any sense. Nope. Okay, well, we haven't closed that. There we go. Here we go. Oh, it doesn't. The item cannot be shipped to you. Oh yeah, all the bullshit that. But this actually seems to be heavy duty copper wire 18/8 of a VG. I'm not sure what that is in regards of what we use in. Yeah, this one fixes 1 to 3 instead. Car, motorcycle, cigarette, lighter plug, adapter, 3-way socket splitter, 1 to 3 car, cigarettes, lighters, plug, indicator, LED. Oh, it wouldn't need the indicator LED, I guess, but you know, it's probably just going to use power, right? And you should be able to figure out if something gives power or not. Here we have double and we have a triple. That's the one I'm looking at. We have a double here. I would like a triple, you know, a triple would be nice. And then it's with wire, so you can just plug it in, and then you know, you still have the other 12 volts. This one is a hub. You put it in and you have a hub, but the question is, how much does it actually use just by being turned on, right? This one we can close. This one would probably be able to actually fit. Instead of having it this direction, it has it this direction. So that would actually probably be able to sit in it without, you know, where you can still put in things in the other 12 plugs. It's kind of, you know, all these things, you know, all these, you can't get this and you can't get that and blah blah blah, right? You know, just I have a 2.5 something, but we'll sort that out, you know, we'll just take that off. I will have some pretty nice plugs, but waterproof plugs compared to these other, if you can't make them yourself, then or if you need tools to make them, it's kind of anyway, I guess I don't need that. In some sense, I can just take some, you know, I can just take all the wires off pretty much and just fix them down with some, you know, I'm not outside or anything like that, so water is not an issue. So I could just fix them together in a muff. I'm not sure what they're called. Electrician muff. Wow. That's amazing. I guess this helmet saved his life. Wow, that's just terrible. Just taking all the things from, wow, that's... That would have hurt a lot, you know, if he hadn't had a helmet on it, he probably would have been dead, yeah. Wow, what a... Oh my, that didn't look good. Okay, so far so good, I guess. Yeah, it's... And the computer is... well, you know, probably a couple of hours more, maybe a little more, maybe 6 hours. Then it should be done. And then I have something to test out in regards of the USB keys I have. Well, I guess I need to move some stuff as well. But I can at least see if they work, you know. Without giving me a blue screen and all that. That would be nice. I have a Windows 32 and a Windows 64. although I'm not sure which version is which. It should just be 64 version pretty much that that is going to run. And the same thing with the slim computer, I think it does 64. Well, I'm not sure actually what they themselves have put in regards of system. So I'll see when I get the original system installed first and then try out other things. That's a 12-volt car lit thing, okay. Now we have a 2. It's interesting that so many things from Germany you can't order from Germany, you know. All these and there was never problems in regards of ordering things from, in the past, but now, they did so many disgusting things. You're looking for something, right, and you find it, but you can't get it because, that's just how it is. But here we get 3 cigarette lighters where we can turn them on and off, it seems. You get USB ports of different kinds as well. And so you get a lot of things here with this converter. So actually just by turning this on, you could actually make it turn off, I guess, the screens and what screens you want to have turned on. I think it's like turning off. It's like turn off, right? So, but the question is, how much is the device actually using without any usage, Because it might actually be using a good amount. It's nice with all these extra features, I understand that, and it's not bad. Oh, you can also get it in another version here. Is it gray? Is there a difference? No, it's just the color. Okay, the black is looking better, although there seems to be a difference as well in the units. So and you can see the voltage apparently as well. As I don't know if that's needed at all, and of course the USB would only be able to charge devices, so but that's a possibility for sure. That'll be interesting, a possibility. Again, I could also check in regards to how much loss there is. And here we have these, and there's light in them. I don't want light in them. I just want them to. I understand that red light indicator, blah blah, and it might not use so much, but everything that it uses, or maybe it's not a. Maybe actually that is needed to have some kind of resistance, and maybe the diode just helps on that. Who knows? So maybe you don't really do something. Here we have another one that fixes into tree, but you can't turn them off. So I guess I don't know in regards to the difference in regards to the usage, but yeah, that's another one. Here we have another hub. A little different. You get 4 standard USB, 2.4 amps, and 3 of these. Guess you could just take a cable, clip it over, and just fix what you wanted to fix. It's just we have but then again we have a light in that, stretching and all that. How many and this one doesn't. It's very annoying, right? Find something where you have 3 of these, just a cable and 3, no nonsense, no things and all that, and yet we have the ice cream car coming. Actually, the eyes are probably better in regards to those. We can order it from the USA maybe in regards to the 3 thing here. Seem to be. Yeah, I don't know. I could also just take a cable and fix it up and use some tools and sort it out. Although I don't know in regards to the 12 volts how big the cables needs to be and all that, in regards of calculations and but I guess if the wire burns, it's too much, right? Here we have another 180 cigarette lighter. Oh, here we have a buy wholesale China thing, whatever. But again, you know, of course, first I need to get the device, and then I can begin to work on sorting the rest of the things out. Overall, I will need to test different things, and we have like a 2 device block, but a 3. I want a 3, so I always have one more than I might need. I have another 3 one. It actually has a USB in it, while it has these 3. But then again, does it actually use power without being used? You know, just being activated to make the, make the 5 volts might take some. Here we have another splitter. Yeah, I don't know. The other 12 volts, I just need the plugs for those, and I'll be able to start using those. I can just fix some cables to them, whatever length I need, and go from there. So that will be kind of easy enough. And what do we have here? Oh, the guy has written me back. On the hard drives, I think. So let's see what he says. Okay, and I just, of course, uninstalled mobile pay because okay, let's see here. Let's see, fix my name in. And no, that's not it. Let's see here. Okay. Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, I posted. Oops. What again? What again? Oh my. Okay. Let me try again. Yeah. I can't just. I can't. Oh no.